Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, the 23rd of January, 2020, Era Vulgaris. The rant this morning has to do with Social Security and Medicare. As many of you may know, and some of you may not know, Republicans have attempted to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades. They didn't want them in the first place. So now they're working in whatever overt and covert ways they can to undermine these two social safety nets and screw the American public who needs them. This is based in greedy, miserly sons of bitches who don't want to pay their taxes, who don't want to pay into these programs. Come on, 60 major corporations paid no federal tax net in 2019. This is a crime. Now, if there were legitimate deductions against their profits, against their total revenue, that would be different. However, most of them utilized loopholes in the system to avoid paying tax. This is a crime. Meanwhile, small businesses are still paying taxes, albeit maybe at a lesser rate. We don't know the final numbers on those yet. We also know that Americans are not being paid fairly. A recent article shows that if minimum wage would have kept pace with where it was going over the last 40 years, minimum wage would be $24 an hour, which was roughly almost $50,000 a year. Now, one person can make it on that amount of money. They can even afford that $1,000 a month two-bedroom apartment, even though that's slightly more than 25% of their take-home income. It seems that financial values have been abandoned so that corporations can suck profits and pay their shareholders, of which only about 10% really reap any profitable benefit with not very much tax. Okay, you're going to argue that 20% is a lot of tax on a capital gain. No, it's not. It used to be a lot more than that, and it should be a flat tax without any deduction allowable more than that. It should be 40, 50%. I'm sorry, I get that kind of income too. However, I don't mind paying taxes, and I'll tell you why. 55% of the federal budget goes to our social safety net, Social Security and Medicare. Social Security is about 30 some odd percent, and Medicare is 23%. Now, I'm going to go to the one animal experiment part of this. Recently, my employer, Human Resources Department, urged me to sign up for Medicare Part B and Plan F. Now, I blindly, foolishly trusted them and made a major mistake. I was on an employer health plan, which had a high deductible, which did not affect me so much. Reason being that I don't need a lot of medical services. I have 2 medical services that I take advantage of. One of them has to do with chronic pain, not using narcotics. And the other one has to do with seeing my physician a couple of times a year, monitoring my PSA levels, and getting testosterone cypionate supplemental injections. Okay, those are the 2 things that I get. None of which are covered by fucking Medicare. The physician group where I used to go is a wonderful place. It's a great clinic. Has a lot of inside services like blood drawing, labs, all that is inside service. Great place. However, they only pay 50% of the Medicare bill. For instance, my physical this year was going to cost $400, which I would have to pay up front, of which maybe 50% would be paid by Medicare. Now, that was a physician's choice to charge that much, number one. And number two, it's kicking Medicare in the ass. Number three, Medicare should cover the whole fucking thing, and they should be able to pay the physician immediately, like I do. So, I was going in to have blood drawn for labs, canceled the appointment, and I canceled my physical. I am not going to pay those cocksuckers $400 for a fucking physical that I could go to a free clinic and get, which would be all covered by Medicare. Now, here's the problem with Medicare. There isn't enough money in it. So we cut our bloated defense budget, which is about, well, it's 50% of the tax dollar. 55% is what they're saying is that the tax revenues go to this. I think it's probably more now since taxes have been cut and the revenues are down. It's probably more than that. We haven't seen these budget numbers yet, but nonetheless, $739 billion is too much. That's too much. Now, we know that that's an underestimate because these actual budgets actually exceed and go into the trillions. We know that. We've seen this. Okay, so here's what I say. Let's cut the fuck out of the defense budget by like 80%. Okay? Let's funnel all those tax dollars back into our social safety net. Let's make Medicare 100% funded immediately. So when I go into the doctor and he wants to overcharge, he basically gets reviewed by the medical board of the state of Arizona and hammered by the fucking attorney general for being usurious. Now, they have a business. They're allowed to charge whatever rates they want. But if they get hammered, there will be a little adjustment. Now, the reason they charge so much is they don't get paid in a timely manner. I've seen this again and again from physician to physician. And I agree with them in that case. Perhaps, though, we don't need to have that many private physicians anymore. Perhaps we need a lot more public physicians. The AMA has constantly string-halted and impeded progress towards opening more medical schools and training more physicians. We're too low. We need a physician for about every 50 people. That's actually too high. That's what we need. I think we're around a physician for every 250 people, something like that. Maybe more. Ridiculous. Now, when these physicians are unaffordable, that number goes way up. So, let's cut the fucking defense budget tremendously. Let's funnel most of that money back into our social programs like Medicare and Social Security. Social Security should be paying us probably about 1.5 times. That's conservative, fiscally conservative. 1.5 times what it does now. Now, if it did, in my retirement, I could live on that. And I wouldn't have to worry about playing the capitalist shell game. Now, capitalism, crony capitalism, without appropriate social programs and with the fight from greedy crony capitalist cocksuckers, well, pardon my use of the term cocksucker, pieces of shit is much better. However, it's kind of an affront to shit, because shit has a lot of useful properties. So let me eliminate and apologize for using the cocksucker word. It is an honorable practice. Now, here's the problem. We got a lot of pricks, okay, out there, and they're Republicans, and they need to be voted out. Actually, they need something much worse than that, most likely, but we can't say that we want to do it, number one. Number two, we're not going to do it because it becomes like that thing, if you kill one, 3 show up, to take their place. We can't do that. We have to use the Martin Luther King approach, which he borrowed somewhat from Gandhi and a couple of other figures. The nonviolent protest, the nonviolent uprising and rebellion, that's what needs to happen. And we have to get these cretins out of office. And we need to have more representation, not less. And in my opinion and my analysis, watching events over the last several years, the Senate needs to be abolished. I won't go into that. That's a whole argument and debate all by itself. They need to be gone, like good old Representative, I would say rest in peace if I believed in an afterlife, but I don't. But Representative Dingell, he championed that cause. And we need to resurrect that cause, and we need to get rid of the Senate. The Senate does nothing but impede the progress of the country. This is what they've been doing for decades. And it also takes power away from the people. We don't really have a democracy. We have a capitalist oligarchy where corporatism actually rules the country through big business and corporate lobbies. Come on. I get tired of the mainstream media constantly saying, oh, well, our democracy. We don't have one. We don't have one. We don't have democracy in the workplace. In most workplaces. Now, we do have some worker-owned co-ops where there is democracy. And in those, there's crony capitalists who want to destroy that. And there's constant work against the progress of those organizations. So we need more worker cooperatives. And in the large companies, you need democratic representation on their boards by the workers. So many of us know this equation. We've been studying this equation for decades. If you don't know that and you're a millennial and you bought into the libertarian bullshit, which doesn't work anywhere, or the crony capitalist bullshit, which creates and maintains wealth inequality, which is actually, unfortunately, increasing. And then philanthropy, touted, this guy gave billions to this or whatever. It's not enough. Philanthropy can be excused. Let these pricks give their money to an expanded social service net, okay, which has been cleaned out, has been given new prosperous regulations. By prosperous, I mean regulations that cut waste and benefit the most people. And yes, it needs to be expanded, and we need more income in those areas. And I'll tell you what, here's my fucking bitch of the week, my bitch of the year, maybe my bitch of the decade. Okay, on social media, there's this constant, donate to this, donate to that, GoFundMe. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. If people got the support from Medicare, I'm just going to focus on medical. If we got the support from Medicare, had the bankruptcy that we used to have, the bankruptcy rules we used to have, we wouldn't be in this problem. We wouldn't need fuckers begging for money. And don't get me wrong, I realize that people do need to raise money to pay bills. The big ones is the medical bills. That's ridiculous. There shouldn't be any medical bills. And that shit's not free. This whole Republican bullshit about it's free stuff and it's going to increase your taxes. No, it doesn't have to increase your taxes. Although we do need a tax increase, especially for fuckers like these 60 corporations, right, that are viewed as people under the Constitution. That's the biggest injustice that we have in this country, because business is the problem. Not all business. The minority of small corporate interests that control and regulate, deregulate, and rip off the people through this economy. That's what the problem is. Small businesses are great. They give people jobs. They pay them as fairly as they can. They get more products and services out to most of us. They're great. And what happens? The big businesses, you only have to look at the history of Walmart to see what pieces of shit a lot of these are. These guys need to go away. They need to be either nationalized or worker co-opted so that they don't have this power anymore. Just think if Amazon was worker co-opted. Pricing would probably stay the same. Shares would all be bought back by the corporation, given to the workers. And maybe prices would stay the same or go down. They might go up a little bit. So what if they go up? So with the donation shit, okay, I realize that people need money to pay bills to an inflated, disgusting, profit-making enterprise that's been taken advantage of in the healthcare industry. I feel for you. However, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to donate. I pay taxes. My tax dollars should be going to pay those medical bills. Those medical bills shouldn't be that high because these companies or corporations or whatever the fuck they are shouldn't be making money on our ill health. It should all be nonprofit. Reagan is the villain here. He and his cronies, which enacted taxes on our Social Security income, which allowed hospitals to become for profit, which allowed health insurance to swing into high profit mode. Why did they do that? Because they knew that China was going to take over, and your third world type countries besides them were going to take over manufacturing, and we're going to lose all these jobs. So American industry, and this stuff is industry, had to make money off of the people without it being really goods and services. Okay. These types of services must be nonprofit. They must return to nonprofit. They must be strictly, simply regulated and kept from going into deep debt. And how can they do that? 80% out of the defense budget, reallocated into these industries. Yes, we raised the taxes. We're only paying, oh my gosh, let's see, what are we paying? Right now, we're paying 12%, 12.4% between employer and employee to Social Security. And Medicare is roughly 2.9%. This is what's going out of our wages towards these services. Okay, cut the defense budget by 80%. Most of that money can go back into those services. And we may not have to raise those percentages, although we can safely. Just think, if 50% went back, we could raise those percentages without increasing taxes effectively by 50%. So if we were pulling in 50% of that defense budget into these, that would be a lot of help. Anyway, this is a long rant. Sorry. People are going to tell me the math doesn't work. Okay. Does the math really have to work for us to have healthy, happy people? Do the healthy, happy people that are not out there, don't they have a duty to themselves to fight against the capitalist tyranny? And it's not all capitalism. A lot of capitalism is great. Small business capitalism is great. Don't get me wrong. Worker co-ops paired with corporate works a lot better than straight up corporate. This myth of the stock market being worth the shit is just that. It's a myth. Fuck the stock market. Fuck Wall Street. That money doesn't go back into over 50% of the population's pocketbook. Oh yes, that piece of shit who occupies the White House, that mentally ill, incompetent fuck, up there touting, oh, lowest unemployment in 50 years. Yeah, that's great, great. There's still 62.4% of the population that is out of the workforce. Okay, the figures on minorities, yeah, that's great. But the minimum wage is what helped in the blue-collar workers getting more income. That's what helped. But it's still too low. Remember the figure, $24 an hour. Now, Most businesses would shit in their pants if you told them that. Well, maybe they don't need to have employees, and maybe they don't need to be in business if they're not able to pay the price. And then businesses can spring up which can. That's real capitalism. And by and large, there's no free market. That's bullshit. That's a goddamn libertarian, von Mises, Chicago School of Economics bullshit lie. It doesn't work. There is no free market. So have a great day. If you want to take this in, great. If you think this is like a TED Talk, fuck you. This is not a TED Talk. This is an un-TED Talk.